Music Dreams USA Radio. We're live on
Hey Russell,
location.
I'm here with 10
And
2009 Iraq War veterans.
We got a veteran in the house, huh? All right. And, welcome back to Karen. If you want to take it away and give us a live report, what's going on over there?
I am here with Ken, who is an Iraq War veteran from 2009.
Wow, that's amazing. And well, welcome to the show, sir. And thank you for your service. How you doing?
All right, sir. Thank you for the support. Thank you, iHeartRadio and Biker Babe here. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, we're live on the iHeartRadio platform, so it's great to have you on the show. And so, can you maybe share the listeners, your experience as a veteran, and thank you for all that you do. All right, there we go. And all right, and thank you for your service, sir. And if you can just share with us some of your story, that'd be awesome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you for all you do in support of veterans.
Yes, sir, and definitely appreciate. Are you having a good time tonight at the event?
Yes, sir.
What are some of the, I mean, as you're attending that event this afternoon, what are some of the things that's really standing out to you?
So I understand what.
Say that one more time, Russell. He couldn't hear you.
So, as you're attending the event this afternoon, what are some of the things that are really standing out to you right now?
Well, what stands out to me is the support, the community support here in Murrells Inlet, as well as support from iHeartRadio and Biker Babe. Thank you for putting on this event in support of veterans organizations.
Are you involved in any way as you? I mean, with you being a former veteran, are you involved in any organization and try to help out?
Well, years ago, I was commander of the American Legion post when I lived in Pennsylvania. But I do belong to the Veterans of Foreign Wars here in Murrells Inlet. I belong to the American Legion here in Murrells Inlet as well. So I do belong to both organizations. However, I cannot commit the time to be an officer like I used to be.
Wow. Yeah. Again, thank you for your service and thank you for all that you've done. And so what's going on with you and the family this Easter weekend? Got any good plans going on?
No, we thought we would come out this afternoon and support this veterans event, but nothing as far as any plans with. We might have family come down and visit tomorrow, but that's about it.
Where are you originally from?
Well, originally I was born and raised in Virginia Beach. My dad was career Navy, but we moved down here 5 years ago from South Central Pennsylvania, outside of Gettysburg. My National Guard unit that got deployed to Iraq, my unit was in Gettysburg.
Wow. Yeah. Karen was telling us about that you are a former, you were actually there. So again, thank you so much for your service. And I mean, how amazing is that? And, so let me ask you this, obviously, we're doing live events, various venues to help to support the veterans. And what is your thought about the veterans teaming up with live music?
No, it's a great way to support, to put on a venue and put on an event. Like I said, I'm glad you all, iHeartRadio and Biker Babe here is supporting those live music events.
So what would be some of the areas of opportunity as we continue to try to help support the veterans? I mean, with you being a veteran, what are some of the things that we can maybe do different or better to try to help you guys out more?
Well, recommendations would be events such as what you're having this afternoon and this evening at at the fire to table, as well as maybe other venues or events like at the Myrtle Beach area, like at the Silly Cook-Off, maybe having something set up there, or I think where they have the Jeep rally, they have that. Those kinds of events supporting, having something there at those events where you have large amounts of people, and maybe you might get a little more support for those veterans organizations.
Yeah, that's a great call out, and I couldn't agree with you more. I think it's important to get involved with the bigger organizations and the bigger events and all that. And much to what you're saying, the more people that we get involved with, I mean, the better off it's going to be. So yeah, definitely, I couldn't agree with you more. And thank you so much for all that you do. And I appreciate the time during this interview. Before we bring this to a close, is there anything you'd like to share with our listeners, are listening right now, live on the air?
No, just to all veterans, I want to thank you for your service, and for all of y'all.
All right, so here she comes, right on
We're
cue.
back. Yeah.
Right on cue. You're right back, Miss Karen. All right, well, welcome back to the show, and so it was so great to meet our veteran there. And so, Miss Karen, you're live on location. You've been there throughout the day. Can you share with our listeners what's actually going down there?
Right now we still have Renegade, who is the Jason Ray Welch band playing. We're taking up donations. I have some American flag bandanas that I'm getting for $5, and then I will be donating the $5 bandana money to the Veterans Cause to put that roof on the VFW. And other than that, we got 2 hours of this, and then we have PBR coming on next. And I guess that's it for now.
All right. So, are there any? Well, let me ask you this: you're on about in the community. Other than the event today, are there any other events going on for the weekend?
No, we've got car shows and stuff going on right now, but I do want to say that we do have some full-blooded American labs that we have for service dogs for the veterans. That if anybody is interested in a service dog and is in need of one, we have service dogs that are trained and bred in North Carolina, Knoxville, North Carolina. Mark Minton. And if anybody's in need, they can reach out to Microbabe Barber and Company, private message me, and we will hook them up with a lab fully trained for them.
Oh, that's awesome. You know what, though? Earlier in the day, we did some interviews, and during those interviews, we had mentioned that there's a veteran that's having some roof damage, and they're in need of someone to come to repair that roof. Can you maybe share with our listeners are watching now that we'll be watching later? How can they get in contact with you if they're interested in helping out in that situation? And we'll be right back. Again, we are live on location, and thank you guys so much for listening and watching the Music Dreams USA Radio iHeartRadio YouTube channel. We're live on location, and what a great event we got going on right now. And it's absolutely amazing. We have bands playing throughout the afternoon. We have a final band come up, which is PBR, and they will actually be the final act for the evening. But a special thank you, even though I'm in the studios right now, I want to personally thank every single individual who's had something to do with that event today. Thank you so much for all that you do. And thank you for the community that you do for the service. You may not be getting paid, but let me tell you something. It's not forgotten. And so thank you to all the veterans, and thank you for all that you do. And here is my here's my partner in crime. She's back.
Sorry about that. We have a little bit of bad connection, but the veteran you just spoke to with Ken, you can always reach out to him. He is also with the VFW. So we'll give you a number. So if you want a phone number, you can write it down. It is 202-435-4195, and that is Ken. And he can get you in contact with the VFW as far as making your donation and or being able to help the VFW out with this roof.
Do me a favor. Can you please repeat that phone number?
202
436
436
4195.
4195. And his name is
Bingo!
Tim.
You're it.
Yes.
So as we're live on the air right now, I can tell you it's been a really fun day on this Easter weekend. And, so let me ask you this, Miss Karen, you've been there all day. And this is the second event in the last 2 weeks have been centered around supporting veterans. Based on the two events we've done thus far, with you being a professional, having all the connections and everything, what is your thoughts about the two events that have taken place thus far? As I answer that question, she'll be back here in just a moment. And there she is, my partner in crime. All right, so I'm not sure what you heard, but my question is this. The last 2 weekends we've done events for veterans.
Yes.
So with you being a professional, you've been out and about. What is your take on what took place? And do you think that there's really a future to move forward with this and really help the people that need the help the most?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, there's so much in need for the veterans and all the other things that we, do benefits for, and we need to continue to move forward to help. America. I mean, we stand together, we stand strong. Let's do this. That's what these benefit and venue things are for. Live music, iHeartRadio. Let's roll with it. Let's do this.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. And I like one thing that our the previous person we just interviewed. I like what he had said that that we have to get to the bigger events. So if you're a promoter, if you're a venue, and if you're watching this video now or we'll be watching it later, if you got a big event coming up, please reach out to us. And so let me ask you this, Ms. Karen. I couldn't agree with you more. And one thing I liked what the previous person we just interviewed said. He had said that we need to get to bigger venues and bigger promotions if there's more people. Is that in the game? Is that in the game plan for you to reach out to those big promotion companies to see if we can get involved and get the word out?
Yeah, eventually we'll get that far. Right now, we're still working on the Myrtle's Inlet, Myrtle Beach live venues. And of course, we'll get out there, and the more we do, the more they can do, the more everyone can do.
I live outside of Conway. Now, I don't think we have a venue large enough for like live bands, unless it's a park at Conway. You might be able to do something, but I don't think there's a venue large enough in Conway to do anything.
I don't know about Conway. I know we did Beaver Bar last weekend. We had 15 bands last weekend. I mean, we've got a 6,800 acre.
All right. So as we're brainstorming here live on the air, where can we go next to take our show on the road? If you're interested in hopping on board and being part of the show, simply send your request over to Karen with Biker Babe, and they'll be more than happy to help out with you and get you the information. All right, Miss Karen, you can continue.
All right, yes, 6,800 square foot. I mean, the 6,800 acre venue that we're doing down in Charleston. When we get ready to do something down that way, we're talking about a much bigger event planning going on. But right now, we're just trying to do the small town stuff, and eventually we'll grow out there a little bit more. But before we lose you again, I just want to let everybody know, if you're down in Myrtle's Inlet, come on over to Fire to Table and listen to the bands the rest of the night. And we'll be here till 10.
All right. So speaking of the bands, we got PBB coming up as well. Are there any other
PBR. Power.
PBR. Yeah, is there
Power Born Rebellion.
All right. So how many more bands we got left?
That's it. After Renegade, we have Powerborn Rebellion, and that is it for the night.
All right. So with the bands, I mean, obviously, they travel very far away to come and help to support. And what does the band's take about the day thus far?
It started off kind of slow, but it's definitely picking up. We have a tip jar in front of the band. The bands are actually donating.
Right on, awesome. And when Karen returns, we're going to ask her about the general public. What is the general public doing right now? Are they really on board? Are they actually behind us and supporting it? I know it's the Easter weekend. However, I guarantee you there's people out and about looking for something to do. And if that's you, make sure you stop by Murrells Inlet and check out the live bands, which is absolutely amazing. We were there last week, actually, at the Beaver Bar. And a special thank you to Beaver Bar, the owner there. She is such an amazing person. Before I went live on stage, I had the opportunity to speak with her. And she was absolutely amazing and was 100% behind what they're doing. So just like we are as well. So now the next thing to do is get more people on board. And the more people you get on board, the bigger it's going to get. All right, Karen, you can pick up where you left off.
All right, yeah. So we have a tip jar that's sitting out in front of the bands right now, and they are donating to the cause. So everybody's tipping the band, but the band's donating for the cause. So other than that, we're doing all we can do.
Let me ask you this. I mean, you've been there all day. As far as the general public goes, I mean, what is their reaction? Are they actually showing up and actually supporting this event?
Oh, absolutely. Everybody out here is supporting. They're here for the cause. They're eating the food. They're drinking the drinks. They're supporting the bands. They're having a blast. And like I said, I'm getting ready to go out there and start selling some more bandanas and see if we can grab some more money for the benefit.
All right, then we'll let you get back to business there, and and definitely get those sales going on. So,
Well, thank you, Russell, and music. Dreams USA, iHeartRadio. We appreciate you. And I think this is the last of the day. I think we might have one more. I will talk to you more about that later. I'm sure if they could get here in time.
Thank you again, sir. Nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you as well, sir, and definitely wish you all the best. And thank you for joining the show. And we'll catch up soon. I promise. We're gonna make another appearance there. And again, it was so nice to meet those folks. And Miss Karen, she's gonna go out right now and actually try to sell some bandanas. And the money that she raises helps to support the veterans. And as you heard throughout this telecast all day long, you heard us say that we have a veteran couple right now that's actually hurting. They have some severe damage to their roof, and they need help. And so what we need to do is we need to find somebody who would be willing to help to fix that roof and help this couple out. And there's a lot of veterans out there. There's more than just the one veteran that we're talking about. There's probably many other veterans who are in need right now. I think it's time for us as a community, as a radio station, that we all work together to help support the people in need. It's been long enough that we're just like, who cares? It's their situation, it's not our situation. Wrong answer. It's everybody's situation. Just because, things are going good for you, it doesn't mean that you can't help somebody. And so I'm going to encourage everyone who's watching this telecast now, that will be watching it later. If you can help someone, help them, because you never know when you're going to need help. So I encourage you to do that. All right, it's your friend Russell K, and we'll be back here in just a little bit. Thank you so much for watching. We'll be right back on Music Dreams USA Radio. We are an iHeart radio station.